Welcome to State of the Market, a program that is brought to you by the Business Weekly, which is a publication under the Zimplow brand. State of the Market is a program that talks about everything about the Zimbabwean economy, our businesses, and how they are performing. And today, we are looking at the agricultural sector, but with a specific focus on one of the players in the sector, and that's Zimplow Limited. Today I'm joined by the CEO, Mr. Vimbai Nyakujiga. Vimbai, welcome.
Thank you very much, Kudzi. Much appreciated.
Now, maybe let's start from the top. Just looking at the sector, the agricultural sector as a whole, we have had some impact from El Nino-induced drought. Mm-hmm. How has that affected you as a company?
Thank you. So, you know, our business, like you rightfully said, it's mostly into agriculture. We sell equipment from your smallholder mechanization solutions right through to the biggest kits that you can find on the market. Mm-hmm. So most of our farmers, especially the smallholder farmers, they rely on the rains. And if the rains do not come, they will always struggle. And we saw that at the beginning of of this season, current season that we are in, whereby the first half of the season was quite dry. In fact, we only received the rains up until the 14th of December. And normally, most of the smallholder farmers would have needed to already have spent some money on new kit, on the plowshares, the hoes, the animal-drawn plows, and so forth. And for our business, that did not happen. We saw our volumes declining quite significantly. And if you look at the large-scale commercial side, it was almost a similar thing, whereby there was lack of confidence. Farmers were talking of a drought which is similar, or characteristics of the drought that we've seen is similar to that of 1992. So there was reduced confidence in terms of the hectarage that was planted. In fact, from some of the statistics that we got, there was projection of an initial 1.9 million hectares planted, but on the recent stats that came through, we were down to about 1.6 million, which is quite significant. If you look at the tobacco side, I think we are down 24% in terms of the registered growers. Those are significant numbers. So that's how we've been affected. Looking at the macro economic situation as a whole, obviously it's something that we've been engaging the government on. The introduction of or the exemption of agricultural implements from a VAT perspective. We were zero rated in the past. Now we are exempt on the agricultural implements. That means that the VAT that we used to claim is now being capitalized onto the cost of the product, so that we have an impact of increasing the cost of agricultural implements by 15% on average, if I may put it that way.
Agriculture has always been a seasonal sector, and also it has always these impacts where either you've got floods, you've got droughts over the years. I'm sure as a business there are things that you do to make sure that you mitigate the impact. Maybe you can highlight, especially for those who are watching, who might want to know how Zimplow can help them navigate periods where we don't have enough rainfall.
So as a business, we have been watching over the years in terms of how our customers, the farmers, have been affected by the droughts, the gaps in terms of rainfall. So there are quite a number of initiatives really that we have sought to bring on board. Most of them are to do with conservative agriculture, where we have introduced reapers, chisel plows, some kit that can at least cause little disturbance to the soil, and there's better water retention. If the rains come, there's better water retention, and you can be able to see your crop throughout the season. The other options, though a bit more expensive but more suitable to commercial farmers, is how you bring your huge kit. You know, these days agriculture is about how you get to close the windows, the agricultural windows. You know, the seasons are getting shorter and shorter. So you need equipment that through one pass, two passes, you have completed a hectare. So we have been encouraging, in fact, we have been bringing quite extensively some huge implements, huge tractors that can at least shorten the window of land preparation, of planting, so that you get through the cycle. Over and above that, we have been working with the farmer, with the other players in the market, like your irrigation players, to see how we can provide a combined or a solution that works together with our products. Sort of like you bring a product that is combined. In fact, let me put it that way, to just combine the solution so that it becomes easy for the farmer to access equipment.
Yeah, you're watching State of the Market, a program brought to you by the Business Weekly with me, Kudzanai Sharara, and today we are looking into the agricultural sector. But today is a special day because we are looking specifically at Zimplow, and the company has been in existence for 85 years and it's celebrating 85 years. Wimbai, can you take us through the journey until 85 years, some of the highlights of that journey? 100%.
So Zimplow started in 1939, and 2024 it completes that 85-year journey. It speaks to the resilience of the company, or how well the company has rode the waves to be where it is. Zimplow, it started mostly as an unmanned drone implements manufacturer. Baggage, 100%. And today it serves not only the agricultural side of things, but it also does earth-moving equipment, it does power systems, it serves the mining and construction sectors, the infrastructure sectors, it serves the automotive, logistics, transportation sectors. So it has become a one-stop shop. It has become so diversified to the extent that it is sought to provide a one-stop shop for most of the players that are in country. It speaks to the commitment that the company has had to provide solutions to its customers. At first, I think we acquired Cityballs sometime in the early 2000s, and in 2012 we then acquired Tractive Power Holdings, which was an equipment distribution company, which had the franchises like Massey Ferguson, Caterpillar, Case, Peugeot, and so forth. And in 2021, we then acquired Scanlink and Trent Tire. Scanlink is the Scania distributor. We do trucks and buses there, and Trent Tire is the Goodyear distributor in country. So we have got all these solutions available, and and we continue to grow.
Talking about solutions, we are in the technological era. We are starting to see drones being used in farms. From your point of view as Zimplow, what are you doing to make sure that you are not left behind in that technological space, especially for the next generation of farmers that are maybe probably tech-driven?
So as Zimplow, especially through Farmic, we have actually been trend-setting in terms of technological development. I think you see as we walk around in the yard, we have got some kits like outside there's what we call auto guidance, a GPS system that can at least assure the farmer that there is precision in the way they are utilizing the land, in the way they are planting. It's sort of like GPS controlled. You don't have to be using the steering when you are operating the tractor. Okay. You just plug in your coordinates, your field mapping, and you send the tractor into the field. So those are some of the things that we have been doing. We also have got drone technologies for spraying. Some of our combine harvesters, when you're harvesting, they do what is called field mapping, where you get to see the dynamics or the yields that you are getting in terms of your field. Therefore, you get to understand the the fertility texture of the field, so that when you plant for the next season, you know where to put more chemicals or to add more feed into the farm. So those are some of the technologies that we have been using. You know, I spoke about the tractors. There are some that come with this auto guidance and GPS systems, and those ones are big enough to the extent that they shorten the windows of farming, like I've said earlier. It's the windows of planting, land preparation are getting smaller and smaller, and you need equipment that gets you to get to the land preparation as soon as possible. Over and above that, I think from an after sales perspective or from a maintenance perspective, we have got, you know, with the development of electronics, you can now get to understand the machine while it's working. In fact, there's a thing called predictive maintenance, where you get to predict the pieces or the parts which are likely to fail. So we have been running with that kind of telematics technology to the extent that we have been monitoring equipment remotely, and we have been able to advise farmers, not only farmers, even on the earth-moving equipment side as well, or the truck and bus as well, in terms of how their equipment is performing, where it is likely to fail, and also the fuel usages as well, or when the operator is mishandling the equipment. We have worked with our OEM partners to have the latest technologies that can support the performance of the equipment.
So many solutions and initiatives that you are making there. But looking into the business 25 years from now, you do a lot of research in terms of what they are doing in other markets.
Yes.
What would you want to see Zimplow doing and the agricultural sector going in Zimbabwe? So
you will notice that as we move forward, everything is becoming, or there's this sudden talk about AI, whereby everything is being influenced by some software, or is being managed by some software, one way or the other. The good part is that most of the partners that we work with from an international level, they've already been introducing autonomous equipment, whereby there's less and less human intervention. And one of the key things that people are struggling with is containing the costs of production, and bringing equipment that the equipment that is autonomous, it cuts down on the cost big time. And that's one of the things that we have been focusing on, to see how we can rope in AI, how we can rope in software technologies, electronics, field mapping, so that we can be able to lower the cost of production, be it from a farming perspective, on a mining perspective, or from a truck and bus perspective. If the equipment like a truck or a bus still require an operator, we have roped in some technologies or sensors that can detect the level of fatigue of the operator. That on its own, it saves the equipment from accidents. It ensures the longevity of the equipment, or the operator being able to monitor or to manage the usage of the equipment. So those are some of the things that we are already adopting, but in the future, I do believe that we should be right up there with everyone else.
85 years ago, someone was wearing your shoes.
Yes.
And obviously they've left some footsteps, some of that we are seeing now. What would you want to be your legacy for Zimplow and for the agricultural industry?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. So I've really thought about it. So when I got here at Zimplow, obviously there were quite a number of things that have been happening, and there's been I've seen a transformation, especially with the team that I'm currently working with. And I give credit to them, but obviously from a personal perspective, my legacy has to be on how we increase the thrust towards innovation and growth. You know, we have been dynamic in the past 3 years in terms of how we have tried to create even our factory. You know, it predominantly was an unmanned drone equipment manufacturing factory. One of the things as part of my legacy, which I hope the team will continue to fight towards, that we want to diversify the factory capacity, not only to take care of the agricultural end of products, which has been our main focus, but also to take care of the other steel and fabrication requirements or engineering requirements for the mining and infrastructure sector. So we are going by this ratio of 60-40. Already there's some exciting things that have come through, which we have offered some of our key customers from a mining perspective. So I'm looking forward to leaving that legacy where the factory was pivoted to be able to provide products for other sectors. Not only that, we have already embarked on developing tools or making tools for the industrial sectors. Like in Bulawayo there, we have got about 2 customers that we're already working with in terms of development, in the development of tools. So I'm really happy with that development, but ultimately I want to be known for introducing this thrust on innovation.
So yeah, 85 years from now, we are likely to see a company that might not necessarily be described as an agro-based company.
100%. 100%. Actually, now I do believe with where we are, the agro business only contributes 40% of the business. And as we go into this year and the coming year, you will see that the growth, especially on the mining and infrastructure sector, especially with the new relationships that we've acquired, we believe that we will reset the business to actually be doing more than 65% on the other clusters, and the agricultural side will be roughly 25 to 35%.
Yeah, they're only ratios, but the numbers can grow both sides.
100%. No, the numbers definitely will grow. I think the initiatives that we have put across, I think one of the things that will be associated with my time here is the introduction of FarmMake, separating PowerMake to be a standalone entity outside FarmMake. We have introduced TPS, which is now running, or which has replaced the BASM setup. We are continuously growing. I think there are quite a lot of things to look forward to, but like I said, it's all about innovation. How we've introduced new products, how we've taken care of our customers, how we've created this one-stop shop.
Yeah, maybe as a departure globally, we have seen these issues to do with the issue of food security, yes. And we have had disturbances in some of our source markets for grains. Yes. As Zimplow, as much as it is unfortunate for them, do you see that as an opportunity?
It is an opportunity. It is an opportunity. So one of the things that our farmers battle with is the competitiveness of the price. So the competitiveness, it's driven by 2 things: how other countries are producing. And if, for instance, if you look at Zim, we have got quite a number of challenges or quite a number of economic factors that drive our cost of production to be a little bit higher than the average production cost. So what has happened in the region and also internationally has provided an opportunity for our farmers in that they can at least place their product competitively on the market, and when you get that window, you are able to tool up, you are able to capacitate yourself. So that capacitation, ability to acquire new equipment, latest technologies, it brings you almost at par with everyone else. So this is a window which I do believe that our farmers need to utilize, because once the other markets stabilizes, it brings back that parity, which it will be a fair fight. So yeah.
On that note, that brings us to the end of State of the Market, and thank you, Mimbai, for taking your time to talk to us. And I would like to congratulate you for the 85 years and wish you another 85, so that we can, hopefully those who will be there will be told that there was one man who transformed Zimplow. You were watching State of the Market with me, Kudzi Sharara. State of the Market is a program that is brought to you by the Business Weekly, and which is part of the Zimplow Group.
Thank you, Kudzi, and thank you, Business Weekly.